There it is, ladies and gents. A little bit of Kid Rock to get this show started. Because, why not? Ball with the ball. Look at James rocking out back there. Boy,
yeah.
All right, it's all good and it's all in fun. So get with the business bros. It's time to have some fun.
Shut up and sit down.
The Business Bros Podcast was created for you. Learn from the business professionals who come to share their stories. Find out what's working in business, on social media, what's hot and what's not, straight from the mouths of successful entrepreneurs out there doing the real work. And now, welcome to another episode of
Business Bros. All right. Last minute cancellation. So that means James and I get to chop it up.
Whoop. Love it when that happens.
Yeah, dude, we rarely get to talk these days. I mean, we've been hanging out a little more in person.
Yep.
You know, the whole world is opening up a little more, so that's cool. But we get to do the show just you and I, kind of like back in the old days when
Back in the day,
like in episodes, the first centennial
70,
episodes,
the first centennial.
the first
Good
100
times, good
episodes.
times. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah. Nobody was listening.
Yeah, back when nobody was listening. But now they are. All right, let's jump into the topic. So, two things I want to talk about today. One is fun, and one is like, whoa, this happened last month. Verizon sells Yahoo and AOL for $5 billion with a B.
Oh, they sold it. They didn't buy it.
No, they sold it. They sold it to a private equity company. And you know, I don't know too much of the details. I mean, I got an article. We can read pieces of the article here and there. But mainly the reason why I wanted to bring this up was,
why did you want to bring that up?
Was the thing was for me, it was the why. Like,
why?
What is this? Like, what does Yahoo and AOL, specifically AOL, like what kind of assets do they have that makes it like something that people would that still has value, right? That's still there, and it kind of coincides with
AOL.
With
yeah,
thing. Right. Because I have
no idea. I mean, Yahoo is still a thing. Like I know plenty of people who still have Yahoo email accounts. It's still, a semi-popular search engine, I guess. I don't know. Nobody says Yahoo it. Everybody just says Google it.
Yeah, Google it.
But Yahoo's still a thing. I mean, there are people I know that do their fantasy football on Yahoo.
Yeah. I have an email address on Yahoo. And
you still have an email address at Yahoo. I know that there's more to that business. Like they host a lot of things. There's like servers and whatever stuff that's like built into it. But I don't know, man. $5 billion. I guess.
So, okay, well, 5 billion, but let's put it in perspective. So here's something that I am pulling from the article. Apparently, Microsoft had offered to buy Yahoo entirely, the entire company in 2008 for 44.6 billion.
Wow. In 2008.
In 2008. And Yahoo thought it wasn't enough money. Now, like let's think back because I saw a TikTok the other day and it was like, the thing that separates us, this one sound that separates one generation from another, right? You know what that sound is, right?
You've got mail.
Oh, well, yeah,
no?
That one
Okay.
too, no, but it was more the dial-up.
Oh, God, yeah.
Right? Like, there's a generation that has no idea what that sound is.
Yeah.
But that was to us the beginning of the internet. That was the ability for us to communicate with some outside world. Like, dude, aside from the people we hung out with in high school, like we didn't really talk to other people. Like that just didn't really happen. You meet people at school, maybe at church, maybe like at little leagues and stuff like that.
Yep.
But that was it. Like there was we're not talking to people in New York. The closest connection we had to people like in other parts of the country was if something happened on the news and we saw it on TV. Right. And that was it.
Now, I remember those AOL chat rooms. The one that I remember, I mean, even though we had access to talk to all kinds of different people, we still went to the one called Dago. Remember that?
You can talk to people well, first of all, why? Because it was local. You knew that it was people that were supposedly close by, but the internet had a stigma back then. Right? It was like, who's on the internet? Well, it's only those old creepy guys that are in their mom's basement.
Chat rooms.
Well, yeah,
Yeah. I
chat
mean,
rooms, but
yeah.
the stigma on the internet was completely different.
I mean, I don't think it's gotten that much better, I guess. Like, I mean, everybody's on the internet now, right?
Yeah.
So everybody is there. But if you start talking like the real like lurkers of the internet, it's still the same people. It's still the same stereotypes.
It is when you start thinking about the lurkers, right? Speaking of which, dude, I got a hater on TikTok. It was pretty awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
So I
You got your first troll?
Yeah. But it's probably a younger kid so I posted this TikTok that said how to cheat in math class, right? And basically I'm telling kids, look, I get it. I understand that you go to Google, you go to Photomath, you go to these programs to cheat on your math homework. But my pitch to them was try the problem first, and then when you get stuck, then go to those things and use it. So that way, yeah, you're cheating to turn in the assignment, but you're actually learning the content. You're actually learning the material, and that's going to make you infinitely more confident and stronger and better, right?
Smart.
And then of course,
you'll actually learn that way.
You'll actually learn that way, right? Which is the intention. You're learning for you, nobody else. And I had a hater comment. I had a kid post on there, "Shut up, old man." I was like, damn, I don't know what hurt me more, the old man comment or the fact or made me happier that I got a hater, because for me it means like you're doing something right. When you start having comments like that, right? So it's pretty cool. The first time we got negative stuff on Business Bros, that was kind of cool too. But this one I was like, damn, old man. That one hurt. That one hurt a little bit.
Don't even start with that. Nuh-uh.
Right. But the reason why I brought that up is because the whole AOL thing. Okay, the stigma was definitely there. But dude, how many hours did you spend in chat rooms?
A lot. I mean, well, it wasn't those kind of chat rooms, right? It wasn't. I wasn't in regular chat rooms. I was in the music sharing chat rooms. I learned how to pirate music that early on, and that was what I spent a lot of my time learning, was how to get all of the crazy weird stuff, the back channels to download music. I mean, I remember my very first song that I downloaded illegally was Sellout by Real Big Fish. I don't know why I remember it. I still like that song.
It was number one. It was, you popped your illegal download cherry. Prior to that, we had to go to Tower Records or the warehouse. Or buy a CD.
Sam Goodies. Right? Oh my god. Sam
Goodies, right? That's what life was like back then.
Those places are all dead now.
They're all that's true. Okay, so I found another timeline here. So 1998, Yahoo refuses to buy Google for $1 million. 1998.
Well, oof.
Because Yahoo was number one.
They were the king.
They were the king at one time.
Yeah. What was that chemistry teacher that you had at Southwest? So we used to go in there and play Tetris.
Mr. Manus, R.I.P. But I remember like going into his classroom, and when we weren't playing Tetris, we were going into Yahoo and like searching what Kenny says in South Park. Like, oh yeah, like trying to figure out. Yeah. It was the age of information. It was like, I don't know that. I can go here and ask. It was around the time that Ask Jeeves came out too. Remember
Jeeves,
that?
I was remembering that one too. Yeah, it was another one. Excite was another one. Alta Vista.
All these different browsers.
I think Alta Vista. No, that was a browser.
No, was it Netgear? Net Solid? Net something? Netscape.
That was a browser. That was a browser. But Alta Vista was another search engine, and I want to say Alta Vista showed up in Captain Marvel also.
Oh, nostalgia there. Kind of going back.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, that was the time. But Yahoo didn't buy Google for $1 million back then. If they had, would Google still be the same thing as it is today? Because what set it apart? Was it just the algorithm? Or was it those two creators? Those two geniuses?
I think it's the two geniuses. So check this out. Yahoo realized it made a mistake. 4 years later, in 2002, it tried to buy Google for $3 billion. And Google said, give us $5 billion. And Yahoo said no. Double mistake. Hit them twice.
God. How many
dude.
hundreds of billions is Google worth now? Are they in the trillions yet? They're getting close.
They damn well should be, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
okay,
close.
so
Amazon is close. If they're not there already, Google is close, and Apple actually surpassed the 1 trillion.
The 1 trillion marker. Well, the rate inflation's going, they're going to get there really soon, anyways.
Yeah.
All right, dude. So what makes the difference? What was the difference between Google and Yahoo? I think it's like Facebook and MySpace to me, right? What ended up happening between the two? I think it's they try to make money too quickly up front. Like Yahoo, the reason why it was annoying and it was a good search engine. It was great, but you didn't want to go there because everything popped up on you. There was all kinds of ads, all kinds of stuff. When you went to Google, it was clean. There's nothing on there. It was, what do you want to know? And then we'll give it to you, right? And so the main difference was Yahoo tried to slap a billboard in your face, and we naturally don't want to look at advertisements all day long.
We don't want to be sold, right?
No, we like to buy, but we don't want to be sold, right? We were exactly correct. So Yahoo made that mistake. MySpace made that mistake. Google and Facebook waited. They found a different way to do it, right? They understood the power of collecting the data, of what that analytics was going to say. If we can predict things that are going to happen, then we can guide people in a certain direction. And then Google made some amazing moves by buying things like YouTube and stuff like that. That was, dude, Amazon, Google, YouTube, some of the biggest search engines out there right now, right? It's amazing how much they do. And dude, going forward after that, I mean, the rest is history. And here's the thing, right? I mean, that mistake, that was 2002. It's 20 years later, right? Almost 20 years later. And it's still a baby. I mean, we still have barely scraped the surface with the internet. All right. I also want to make sure that we kind of mix these two things in here at the same time. So
what was the other thing? Friends,
right? Speaking of the 90s.
Speaking of the 90s.
So check this out. I did a little homework on the Friends thing prior to getting on the show. Business Bros. What up, Robert? We had a great interview today with Robert too, getting his content squared away, ladies and gents. If you're interested in getting some content made so you're not invisible on the internet. I mean, not that Robert's invisible. That guy's tearing it up as a real estate agent, as a real estate coach, as mentors. I mean, let me tell you, if you guys want to, open houses are back. Quick little side note on Friends, right? Open houses are back here in San Diego.
What?
And when you look at an open
houses,
like actual open houses. So if you look at an open house as a typical agent, they'll have, a good traffic in a hot market right now. Maybe 20, 25 people show up in a day. But the way Robert does it, lines out the door and around the building, man. You should see some of his Facebook stuff. I'm telling you, he's got the magic touch, and he can train you guys and help you guys how to do it too. So if you guys want to check out his content, or if you want to see how we're helping him create content, make sure you guys go to businessbros.biz, done for you content. And look at Robert. Robert throws this Yahoo. All right, back to the Friends thing. So how much do you think the actors made per episode when Friends aired? When it first got started?
Oh,
big stab. I mean, it's a guess. I know you don't know. I had to look it up.
I'm just gonna guess like 500,000 per episode.
Woo! 22 grand per episode when it first started.
When it first
aired.
Oh, when it first aired.
Yeah, when it first aired.
Okay. I thought you were talking like my bad.
At the end. You want to know
at the end? Yeah.
So you said about 500,000 for at the end? They were at about $1 million a piece per episode when it ended.
Damn.
Dude. I mean, the 90s were hot for them. I also read on there that the Friends t-shirt is like the official like New York shirt. Like it's crazy like how much they made so much money. They still rake in a lot of money on reruns, on merchandising.
Royalties.
Loaded, dude. Royalties. Some of the best ways to earn income, by the way. If you can figure that one out, if you can do that one, that's where the money's at. Checks just keep coming in. Do the work once and get paid over and over and over and over again. So, anyways, they had a reunion, which I still haven't seen yet. I want to sit down and kind of have that relaxed, watch my Friends episode. And it's like anything else, all kinds of hype, all kinds of things about, is Chandler, becoming an alcoholic again? He was slurring his speech and I don't know what. I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to give you any spoilers because I haven't seen it yet, but I am going to be watching it here very soon. But you know how much they got paid to do the reunion episode?
$1 million each.
$3 million each.
Damn.
Ooh, the valuation of these things. Okay, so what happened in the 90s? What happened to Yahoo? What happened to AOL? What happened to Friends? Like, why are all these things important? And how am I connecting all of these aside from the fact that they were in the 90s? They came out in the 90s, right? It's content. Like, it's content that is going to be the thing that separates a lot of different companies from a lot of different companies, a lot of different creators, a lot of different brands going in the future. Yahoo, the reason why it failed, one of the main reasons why I believe it failed is because they try to blast that marketing stuff right in front of your face. People didn't want to see the billboard right in front of their face. Same thing with MySpace. Facebook did it a little bit smarter. Google did it a lot smarter. But even then, we have social media platforms today that are being bombarded with ads. Like every fourth post on Facebook right now is an ad. Right? I'm literally taking a class on how to target specific people so that I can put an ad in front of your face and I can learn how to do it like some of the greats, like Billie Jean does, right? Mm-hmm. I'm literally learning that stuff. Why? Because that information is out there. And eventually we as human beings become numb to a lot of the advertising that we see. We can separate the difference between an ad and the content that we want to create. So right. How do you survive as a business? How do you thrive as a business when you are a content creator? You start to develop a skill where you're making content that educates and entertains. We're putting on a show every single day, and the idea is very simple. We want to educate and hopefully entertain. We have fun with our sound effects, right? Oops, did I even plug in my sound? I don't think I even have my sound on. Boom, boom, boom.
Womp, womp, womp.
But we have movie clips.
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Boom, there you go, right? Everything's turned on all at the same time. But those are the things that we want to do to entertain. And then the guests that come on the show, they're going to teach us a thing or two, whether it's the mistakes that they made, whether it's the lessons that they learned, or their products and services that they're offering. Those are all educational things, right? You as a content creator, hopefully, if you're in business, you have a marketing plan, something that says, this is how I'm going to get in front of my customers every single day to tell them what it is that I do. That marketing plan should have something to do with content creation, and you're going to get better. I'm not saying that you're going to be the next Friends, right? Although that would be awesome.
Right.
But what you're doing in your business needs to have those kind of content type pillars. It's funny because this weekend I was at James's house. We were watching some Marvel movies, and we were talking about what he wants to do with the Practicing Poly podcast. And also at the same time, we're talking about what he wants to do life-wise, right? He's able to go travel now. Like the way we've structured the insurance company, he doesn't need to be tied down to one single spot, right? You can pretty much run it from anywhere. You can pretty much podcast from anywhere. So if that's the case, where is anywhere going to be? Right?
Are you actually asking me?
Yeah. Do you have an idea now? Like, even though after we talk, you get an idea a little more of what you want to do?
Yeah, actually it's funny. I was thinking about it today, and I was going to talk to you after the show, but hey, here we are. And we're bringing it up. So, today, while journaling, I went back to my why statement. Like the whole thing that we were talking about the other day when you were over was purpose, right? Like we were talking about, well, what's the point? Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? So I went back to my why statement. My why statement: I am inspired to spread positivity and empower others to create wealth for today, generational wealth for tomorrow, so that we all might thrive in life's abundance and pass that opportunity on to those we hold dear. So for whatever reason, I just hadn't been giving that statement a lot of thought lately. And so I just went back to it, and it still resonates. As I'm writing it down in my journal, which I haven't done in a long time, as I'm writing it down, it still resonates. And I'm breaking down each piece. I am inspired, right? I want to do the things that inspire me, to spread positivity. Like, I'm a positive person. When I'm not it sucks. Like, it's not fun. I want to empower others. So in other words, like, that's what gives my life meaning, is not just doing something for myself, but helping others to create wealth for today and generational wealth for tomorrow. And that right there, I was like, what am I doing? So what I'm thinking is to start offering services as a financial coach.
Mm.
As
On
soon
the
as
road?
on the road, it doesn't matter. I can do it from anywhere. As soon as I wrote it down, the imposter syndrome hit. Right?
What makes you good enough?
What
Why
makes
are
me
people
good
gonna
enough?
listen to you?
Exactly. Right? All of those, like, oh man, I'm still in debt, and like, my stocks are doing okay, but it's not like I'm a genius, and my business is doing okay, but it's not like I'm a multimillionaire, blah 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 blah. And like, I get through all of that self-limiting stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Actually, like, my financial knowledge is like
Pretty
pretty
vast.
advanced. It's pretty, like, it's not like way up here, but if the regular person's like down here, I'm like up here somewhere.
Couple chapters
So
ahead.
there's I'm some chapters ahead. And so my imposter syndrome, might be applicable for the people that are up here, the people that are beyond me, but that's not who I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help people that haven't gotten to where I am yet. I do have a business that mostly operates without me. I do know how to invest and trade options. I do know, the basics of financial literacy, and these are things that I can teach to others to help them set themselves up to get ahead in their lives. So, and you know what? The most important thing about the whole thing, it excites me.
Mm.
I feel
So-
like that feels good.
So when we were talking, though, you were also talking about hitting the road.
Yeah.
How much
Which I can
how
still
much
do.
of that kind of goes into your plan still, or not?
It's still totally doable. It's still totally doable. The only thing about hitting the road is like figuring out what it's the RV situation. Right now it's not running. It'll probably take about 10 grand to get it up and going. And then, I still have this apartment that I'm in right now. And, like, there's all kinds of just logistics. That's the only thing that's stopping me there. But, in the ideal world where I don't have this apartment and I can live in the RV, like, there's nothing stopping me from doing that.
Well, I wanted to talk about the idea of the travel, like the goal of traveling. It's where I turned your passion into a job.
Yeah, you totally did.
So share with the audience. What did I do to you? What did I do to you? Kind of the whole thought was giving you purpose, right? And
Yeah. I mean, it was funny to me, thinking about it afterwards. But I was like, yeah, I can. I mean, I wasn't thinking anything business related at all. Like, to me, it wasn't about business. It was just, I have the RV, I can put money into it, fix it up, and save all this money that I'm paying on rent. Right? So, like, financially,
from a financial standpoint,
it makes sense. I had zero thoughts about business, but you took it to that level. You're like, oh yeah, and then you could like set up all of these speaking engagements and document your travels and share your stories, and people will follow you and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, whoa, like I wasn't there.
Slow down.
Yeah. And you told the story the other day, but it's true. You turned my fun into work.
Yeah, I have a habit of doing that. But
You do. Not a bad thing.
Not necessarily a bad thing. It's kind of my gift, actually. It's it's the way, and it's actually really cool because I'm helping people right now turn what they want to do into an actual business where they make revenue, and then they can leave the job that they hate, which is super awesome to be able to see those types of things pretty clearly.
When I told Amuda about it, by the way, she was like, wow, that is brilliant. Like, I love the way his brain works.
Well, thank you.
FYI.
See, you're good. The reason why I wanted to bring it up today is because, again, when it comes to things that have survived over time, the businesses that have survived over time is because they have content. They have a reason for people to follow along, to be part of that ride, to be included in that tribe. And so for you, and when we were talking about it, I always know that you're that positive person. You want to spread that positivity, and your show has a unique audience. It's people who are living an alternative lifestyle to the norm, to what's been for millennia for the most part, which is what's supposed to be, quote unquote, the right thing to do, quotes, right? Air quotes for those of you listening. But you're giving people that identity to be able to say, hey, it's okay to be a little bit different. It's okay to live this. If you want to explain what the polyam lifestyle is, but the idea is, if you're traveling, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if you had a specific destination you wanted to go to? And along the way, you're showing what your life is like, the things that you already do. You're going to stop at beautiful places and look at these rivers and mountains, and you're going to, take pictures of these birds, and, you're going to journal about what you're thinking about while you're on these drives. You're going to be talking to different guests every day that are on your show. You're going to be promoting a specific destination that you're going to get to. And maybe you have a meetup that day. And maybe, it's these people who are like you, who have similar interests, who are leading a similar lifestyle, to meet together at a certain point and have a good time. It's nothing more than like, hey, I'm going to have a happy hour and be at this spot like you would normally do for a birthday party or any other event. It's just that your people are following you, right? Your people, like the guest you had on the show today, one of the coolest things she says was, I've been like, I think she said, like, avidly listening to your show. Like, I've listened to every single one of your episodes, right? Yeah. And how cool is that? Like, because you're making a difference in people's lives. You're showing them that they're not alone, that they're not the only ones going through these types of problems, these types of issues, these types of relationships. Like, it's not unique to them. There are others, right? And that's really cool that your tribe is developing.
But I mean, that was my purpose going into it anyway. Was you are not alone out there. Whatever your situation is, whatever your problem is, whatever makes you unique, special, like you're not alone, right? Polyamory in general, like we seek out community because there just wasn't anything like this before. And specifically my guest today is someone who deals with borderline personality disorder. And so that's like a very unique intersection, borderline personality and polyamorous. Like there's other people out there like that. And this just gives them that stage. So, but yeah, that was another content.
The reason why it works, the reason why people are able to connect, the reason why they feel like they're not alone in the world is because someone like you is out there creating content. Being able to create an environment, a piece of video, a piece of audio, a network group, a Facebook group, whatever you want to call it. These are all things that you're putting out there that have value. And at the end of the day, you're going to be selling something in particular. You don't have to, it could be something as simple as Patreon or donations or, buy me a drink at happy hour, whatever it is. Like, when you have that audience, when you have people that are going to follow you day in and day out, they love what it is you do. Maybe you have a restaurant, like, we're going to be doing Cheeky Tacos is going to be launching here very soon. So we're going to have, little street tacos, right? Little street tacos that you can try in multiple different flavors. This is going to be a tribe of people. I don't know if you're like me, I'm down to go to every party that has a taco guy, because I will put that guy out of work. Like, I will finish all that food that he's got, quesadillas and carne asada and all about. Like, I'll eat all of them up, right? Like, I'm that kind of guy that's like, oh, I got to go check out these tacos. And I know I'm not the only one, because anytime there's a party, there's a line that wraps around wherever you're at to get some more tacos, right? So if you follow a story,
I thought for a second it was Tuesday. I was like, Taco
Tuesday.
But no, it's Wednesday.
Does it really matter what day it is if you're going to get tacos?
As long as it's not Taco Bell, yes. You're good.
Even Taco Bell soft tacos are good.
Yeah, they're fine. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah, to each his own, right?
Off topic.
My point is, if you want to survive like Verizon, making great content, having fun, some of these insurance companies that make tons of great content, Facebook, which actually gave you the ability to go out and make your own content so that you live on their TikToks of the world, right? The Googles who are giving you nothing but results on content. That's where it's at. That's where your future is. You have to be making content. If you don't know how to do that, if you're going to struggle with that, if it's something that it's not my forte, I don't like turning on the camera, I don't know what to say, I got you. Right? I got you. You're getting started with your business. You're young. You want to develop something. It's not just about picking up the thing and just talking into it. It's about picking up the thing and talking to it every single day. Picking up your phone and talking into it every single day. Sharing with what you're doing, what you're inspired, what you learned. How can people get a hold of you? All these different things. And I'd love to help you do that. All you got to do is go to businessbros.biz and we offer a couple different services. We can create content for you on a regular basis. So your social media is not naked, right? You actually have some content sitting in there that people can learn about you and what it is you do. Or maybe you're in business already. You have no client testimonials, which means your sales force sucks because it's only you. You need to turn your customers into your greatest sales force, and they're going to tell other people about how awesome of a service you have and what kind of product or services that they purchase from you and their experiences with those. So you can do that. Just go to businessbros.biz. And sign up. Let me know. And by the way, if you're thinking about starting a business, like you're considering it, you have maybe an idea, but you don't know where to go to businessbros.biz. Click on the Talk to the Bro, schedule a 15-minute conversation. I got 2 consultations scheduled for tomorrow of different people that are doing different things that just need a little bit of help, a little bit of direction on where they want to go. It could be everything. It could be, you want to talk about taxes? I'll help you talk about taxes and how you situate yourself. How about a corporation? Should I do an S Corp, an LLC? Should I stay a sole prop? What kind of insurance am I going to need? All these different questions. How do I create a logo? What about a website? How do I get a Facebook page? Where should I post on Instagram? Whatever you want to talk about, schedule a 15-minute call with me. That's what I want to sit down and do with you. So ladies and gents, we'll see you guys tomorrow, and make sure you guys check out that Friends episode. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna be checking it out this weekend, and we'll see you guys all on the flip side. I almost hit the end without hitting the outro. Peace out, y'all.
Womp womp.
Thank you for listening to the Business Bros Podcast. Are you looking to get more clients or to increase your income? Hernan, the business bro, can help you generate referrals through the power of podcasting. And James, the insurance bro with Pipeline Insurance, can help you effectively add insurance to your existing business. If you are ready to create wealth today and generational wealth for tomorrow, email businessbros@csfirst.com to schedule a free consultation, or join the Business Bros Network, www.businessbros.biz.